Ah, the open road. A place where rules are made up and the traffic lights don't matter. You, my friend, are the fearless driver who sees a stop sign as a mild suggestion rather than a command. You possess a unique ability to turn a leisurely drive into an action movie scene, minus the cool stunts. You've got the special talent of hitting every possible object except the brakes. Who knew that every lamppost in Los Santos was magnetically attracted to your car? But hey, who needs to follow the road when you've got all that airtime? You're not driving, you're flying, bouncing, and oh, is that a...
What's up, fellas? So I've been playing GTA recently, and I've been doing some races with my friends, and in free mode I see some people driving, and I've noticed that most people that play GTA are actually really bad at driving in the game. So I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to drive a little bit better, and hopefully not lose as many races, or hopefully not get caught by the person you're running from, or whatever it is that you need to drive better for. Make sure you stick around, because I'm going to be giving the most important tip at the very end of the video. So hopefully you learn some things, and let's get going. So the first thing that I actually recommend you guys do is to change your camera settings for your vehicle. So you're going to want to go to settings and go to camera and vehicle camera height. I think when you get the game it should be defaulted on low, and some people just keep it there, but I personally like to put it at high. That way I can see more of my surroundings and less of my car. You should really try and learn where your car's at without having to look at your car. You want to be looking ahead on the road almost all the time. So the first tip is just change your camera settings, vehicle camera height to high. That'll help out quite a bit. And the second tip is to practice to look where you're turning. If you're going around a corner and you're just keeping the camera straight on with the car, you're going to have to react a lot faster to what's happening. But if you're looking around that corner with your camera, you can actually see around the corner before your car would technically be able to see around the corner. So you're going to have a lot more time to react, a lot more time to see what's coming, a lot more time to see if you have to turn or brake. So like using your camera to look around corners, you actually want to be using your camera to look at the hood of your car too. Obviously you don't want to be looking at the hood of your car, you want to be looking down the road. Most of the time if you're pulling your camera down to the point where you can see the hood of your car, then you can actually see a lot further up the road, and you can see what's coming way before. So this is a little example here, like if we were on this road, this is me not looking with my camera. And then this is me looking with my camera. As you can see, I get a couple extra milliseconds of just noticing that there's a turn coming up there. And those little increments of time actually do come in handy. But even better than having to look for your next exit is to know where your next exit's at. You want to drive around slow sometimes and just plan out escape routes. Plan out different routes that you can take to get somewhere the fastest. Knowing your route is always going to be a lot faster than just having to react to where you want to go. So maybe just set down a waypoint and drive there slow, that way you know the road, and then challenge yourself to do it faster next time, and just keep getting faster at driving that road until you know the road like the back of your hand. So just as important as knowing your route and knowing which roads you can and can't take is knowing the capabilities of your car. If you're in a supercar, you're probably going to want to stay off grass and dirt as much as you can, because staying on pavement is going to be a lot faster. A muscle car, you're probably not going to want to take super tight turns because they don't have that much traction. So just try and learn how each car works, maybe learn one car from each class, and that will be a lot better than just constantly driving a supercar around. So the next tip is something I actually didn't realize that most people didn't know until recently, is that you can actually control your car more than just rolling to the left or the right. You can actually hold right bumper and it will turn the front of your car to the left or the right. So this helps with recovering from an accident a lot better if you're bouncing in the air and you want to stabilize more, or if you're trying to land on a certain angle, or if you're just trying to do something that looks cool. You can actually fine-tune what you're doing in the air a lot more than you might have realized. And again, that's done by holding the right bumper. And you'll actually use that tip when you're using the next tip, which is to drive on dirt roads. Go to Sandy Shores and drive on any dirt road that you can find, and I guarantee you're going to hit a bump where you need to use the right bumper to fine tune your landing, otherwise you're going to lose traction. There's some dirt roads in the game that are bumpy enough to just bounce your car completely off of them, and you do need to be able to recover from that. But one other thing that driving on dirt roads is going to do is actually help you understand how your car handles being tossed around by the road. It'll give you a lot less traction, and it'll give you a lot less acceleration and a lot less braking. But once you get off of the dirt road, then your on pavement driving is going to be a lot better than it was before. And the last tip that I have for you guys that I think is the most important: if you want to be good at driving in GTA, drive with a controller. If you're on keyboard, you're putting yourself at such a disadvantage. Obviously, it's easier to shoot when you're on keyboard, so if you're trying to do a drive-by, maybe you want to switch to keyboard. But if you're strictly driving, you want to be on controller as much as possible. What I like to do is just plug my controller in and set it on my lap, and then I'll walk around and shoot and do most of the things on keyboard. But then when I get in my car, I just pick up my controller, and it's right there constantly on my lap. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video. If you did, let me know what you learned, and let me know if there's any other tricks that I can add to a video in the future. Thanks for watching. See ya.